This pregnant woman, in order to save her seriously ill husband, disregarded her own safety and climbed down a cliff to pick herbs. But when she returned home full of hope, she unexpectedly learned a shocking truth. Her husband was a crown prince, and his mother knew that he refused to go home for her, crying all day long. Originally, her husband's illness had already recovered. Pretending to be sick was just to stay by her side. Upon hearing her husband's conversation with the guards, she realized that she had become an obstacle in his future. The woman pretended to be unaware and walked into the house, bringing the freshly picked herbs to her husband. Looking at his wife's thoughtfulness, the crown prince felt guilty and secretly decided to make up for it, but he didn't know that this was the last day of their relationship. The woman took out a packet of powder and quietly added it to her husband's soup. After the husband drank it, he gradually lost his strength. She knew that her husband was willing to give up everything for her. Although her heart was cut with a knife, she still allowed the guards to take her husband away, thus fulfilling her husband's hereditary honor. After the crown prince regained consciousness, he remembered his wife's actions and instantly felt heartbroken. He rushed back to the village despite the obstruction, only to find that the village had been looted by bandits and no one survived. Thinking that his pregnant wife might encounter unexpected events, he was filled with grief and anger, and ordered the complete eradication of bandits. 7 years later, the crown prince had already gained power, but the pain of losing his wife remained unforgettable. The first thing he did after taking power was to marry his wife's spirit tablet and fulfill the promise he made back then. But he didn't know that his wife didn't die and gave birth to a daughter for him, but the fire burned his throat and he couldn't speak. Now, due to years of hard work, she only has 3 months left to live, and her only concern is her young daughter. In order to find a source of support for her child, she took her daughter to the capital to hand over the child to her biological father. After many twists and turns, they finally stood in front of the crown prince's mansion. Just as the crown prince was about to go to pay respects to his deceased wife, the woman saw a familiar figure and wanted to go forward to recognize him, but was pushed away by the guards and fell to the ground. When the daughter saw this, she cried and rushed forward to push away the guard. The childish shout startled the crown prince in the car and pulled open the curtains.